was developed.
and integrities that came from church and Sunday school, and Boy Scouts of America. After all, I memorized the 12 parts of the Scout Law, and I think I tried to apply them when appropriate.
Thrifty, clean, reverent, all those things.
Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, sister, brave, clean, and reverent.
Those are them.
12 parts of the Scout Law. But, and I was quite active in Sunday school when I was in homes, and I taught Sunday school, and I was a superintendent for a year and that sort of thing. I think they all have an influence.
Your mother and father were very honest, hardworking type of people, or?
Yeah, they were.
Mm-hmm.
And like my father used to, in the summertime in homes, he had a garden going, and used to grow potatoes and beans and things like that, see. And he was still working night work when he was doing this.
Mm-hmm. You said you weren't particularly strong in any subjects in school. Nothing, not great in math necessarily, not great in science.
I was better in history, civics, and that sort of, and geography, those kind of subjects.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're very well read now, and you're very, you know the world very well because of your travels, and I would consider you to be very intelligent. How do you find yourself? Do you think that being intelligent is just something that you've managed to come by naturally? I mean, it's.
I'd rather think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just going back to the years in homes, we had a set of books called the Books of Knowledge, published by the Grolier Society, and I thought they were very good.
The people that make the encyclopedia, Grolier's encyclopedia.
They weren't quite so technical as encyclopedias, and they covered more areas. They had lessons in French in them, and the stories, Aesop's fables, that sort of thing. See?
They were called the Books of Knowledge.
Called the Books of Knowledge. There was 20 of them.
20?
Yeah. Published by the Grolier Society. They looked just like encyclopedias, but they weren't so, like I said, so technical.
Right.
And astronomy and very, very much medical stuff. But I thought they were good, informative books.
And those were used as elementary school text? I mean, that's what you used to learn from in elementary school? Were there other books that you had as well?
Oh yeah, in the elementary school we had arithmetic, and we had health, and we had geography and things like that.
Where did the Books of Knowledge come in? I mean, did they...
Oh, it's something people came around the house and sold, you see.
Oh, I see. So you had them at home?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they weren't a textbook.
I got you. Well, it sounds like they were pretty good.
I thought they were very good. In fact, I had an opportunity to buy a set of them at wholesale price when I was at Johns Hopkins. And it was $77. And
at the time, how much money were you making a month?
oh, probably around $300 a month.
So $77 was a lot of money.
Well, yeah, but we could have done without some things, you know.
Invest in that. Yeah. We did have some encyclopedias at home when we were children, though.
Yes, we did.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah.
And from 1948, because I still have them.
What was that?
The Encyclopedia Britannica from...
Yeah.
I still have them at my office. We still refer to them for certain subjects.
Yeah.
And now do you remember how much, for instance, how much was a quart of milk when you were a kid? Do you remember what the cost was?
A quart of milk, as I recall, was around 8 or 9 cents.
Mm-hmm.
A loaf of bread was, fresh bread was 6 cents a loaf, and day-old bread was 5 cents a loaf.
So almost 20% off there.
Yeah,
It's a deal.
so that's the kind of bread we used to get.
Day old bread. And
we had cake that my mother would make it.
yeah. Did you ever have a car? Did your father ever have a car?
No,
Never owned an automobile.
never had a car.
And
You see, being a railroad man,
mhm.
you ride the train.
Did you ride it for free, or
Yeah,
you got to ride it for free? Huh?
he had a pass, and there were occasions when we were going on the train, he would get passes for us.
Oh, that's good.
Like once a year, the whole family used to go to Wildwood, New Jersey. And he would get passes for us, and we'd go down there for the day.
What was the big event in Wildwood?
The ocean, the beach. And we'd each get some saltwater taffies, which were good. The railroad used to have an employees picnic every year. We'd get the train and go down there to Ocean, sometimes Atlantic City. And we had a funny thing that the Railroad Employees Association, on this train with all these employees' kids, they had a fundraising project. And what they would do was go around and put a chocolate bar on every seat. Don't touch it. And then they'd come by and collect money for them, for people who would buy them. We were never able to do that. So.
Right. How about common things? Like, did you have little kids would want to get like licorice whips and jawbreakers?
Very seldom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how much those cost?
No. Well, you mentioned jawbreakers. We're talking about a penny.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another taffy type candy that's called Fair Play, and you get 2 of those for a penny. And of course, all candy bars were a nickel.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a Baby Ruth or
Butterfinger or
Butterfinger, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we never got any of those.
No candy allowed.
No.
Well, it might say something for why you still have, your teeth are in pretty good shape. And
Well, that's a strange thing. I still have most of my teeth,
mm-hmm.
but I've had false teeth for years. John has them, Olive. Jim and I had most of our teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the others, but I'm sure it did contribute to our teeth lasting longer. Plus the fact that we rarely got a toothbrush or toothpaste.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be given to us at school. Once a year, the Red Cross would come around with a toothbrush and a small tube of toothpaste for everybody.
Make that last the whole year.
Yeah.
Now, did everybody have their hair? You still have your hair? Jim had his hair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that way.
Paul, John, everybody
Yeah.
had a good head. Your father
Uh-huh.
kept his hair.
Mostly, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's good. And you're losing some of your hearing now.
Yes, my hearing's impaired, particularly my right ear.
Mm-hmm.
And my father's hearing was impaired. I don't know which year it was.
Uh-huh. But a lot of yours may have come from the war and
I think so.
shooting rifles. And
Sure.
did you shoot a rifle from your right shoulder?
Oh, yeah.
So there's probably more noise on that side, and
Yeah.
that has a lot to do with it.
My brother Francis had impaired hearing, and a couple of years before he died, his hearing was very bad.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't totally deaf, but his hearing was impaired.
Now your health has always been pretty good. Even
Mine?
yeah.
Yeah.
Even as a prisoner of war, you didn't get enough food and that sort of things, but you never really had any physical problems as a result.
Well, no. Somebody pointed out one time, the food we had in the prison camp, and our prisoner of war, there was a vegetable, a green vegetable every day. So we got our vitamin C's.
Mm-hmm.
We referred to it as the green hornet.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it was boiled beet leaves or other kind of green leaves, you know. And, but that didn't hurt anything.
Mm-hmm. And have you ever broken an arm or?
The only thing I ever broke was the big toe on my right foot. That was I was in Moji Port in Japan, supervising the loading of a ship. No, unloading. And they were moving big timbers around, 2x10s and that kind of stuff. And I guess I got in the way, because one end of it came down on my right foot.
Mm.
But there was no permanent damage or anything.
Hurt like the Dickens.
Pardon?
Hurt like the Dickens.
Yeah, at the time. But I had good strong shoes on.
Yeah. During your time in the service, 21 years, you also received 10 medals of commendation during that time. And those commendations ranged from several different things. Some of them were...
Well, as a matter of definition, a commendation medal is this issued to someone who they think performs exceptionally well in their job. And I got a commendation medal for the service I did in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Now the other medals, service medals, like for the Asiatic Pacific Theater of Operations, for the POW service, I got a medal.
Korean War.
Korean War, United Nations medal, several others. I can't remember offhand.
And then the European Theater of Operations medal is the one for actually battles and...
5 campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
I participated to some degree in 5 campaigns.
Mm-hmm. And that 5 battles awards a Silver Star? Is that
No.
a silver...
The star on the medal is silver.
Made out of silver.
Now the Silver Star is for gallantry,
Mm-hmm.
keeping our head down on the right conditions and so forth, and
Mhm.
surviving.
Mm-hmm. So all 10 of those, you have them framed now,
Yeah.
and you would wear them when they were awarded to you. But after they were awarded to you, were you supposed to wear those on your uniform?
It's optional.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they give you a specific order in which to wear them. I have them in a frame at home, and I want to get another frame. I need a larger frame for them. And then I got to England, France, Belgium, Germany, Austria, Spain, Greece,
Italy?
no. These are for various periods of time. Some cases several hours, and other cases with days, months, years.
Mm-hmm.
Egypt, Jordan, Israel, Saudi Arabia. Where else?
Oh, all the northern Europe, Norway.
Oh yeah, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland.
Now, think back, what are some of the areas of the world that you really thought you liked a lot? What areas of the world would you like to go back to right now that you really enjoyed?
Australia,
Uh-huh.
Finland, England. I might go back to Ireland again also.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to, when I do go to these countries, I like to, in effect, sit down and absorb it.
Mm-hmm. Talk to people and...
Yeah.
look at the way they run their own affairs in that country.
And you have to remember this, you probably saw it in Germany also, that these people you see, they're working for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And all you are doing is
Looking.
goofing off.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
And going to high school,
Which not everybody did in your time,
yeah.
so that was an important event.
My first job at the General Chemical Company, going into the Army, going to Europe, both with the Army and on my own. Getting married, I got in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Having the children come along, excuse me, having children come along is a wonderful thing. Seeing them grow and
Grandchildren.
grandchildren. This is a little later on. Absolutely.
So are there some things that you might have done differently had you start over 50 years ago? And
I would have not gone back in the Army in 1946. And, I would have tried to find some line of work of which I was capable and I liked doing. I liked it. I started out at the General Chemical Company in clerical work, and I found it interesting and I enjoyed it. Had I it to do over, but of course, it would be different. But like most people have, some people figure 9 different jobs in their lifetime.
that's probably pretty common. 9 jobs is
Yeah.
a good number.
And who specifically I admire? You say in the military, for example, Eisenhower. It's a good. He was a good example. And I met a few people in the Army. I can't get their name right now who I admired. I never. I don't think felt that I wanted to emulate them.
Mm-hmm. What did you admire about them? Do you know? They're
No, I don't.
just that overall they seem to be.
Decent people.
Mm-hmm.
People who are considerate of me. This enters into it.
Mm-hmm. Mutual respect. I mean,
That's probably the word, yes.
sure.
For some reason, I seem to think that I was a potential ladies' man. I really wasn't.
That was a nickname. What was your nickname? Your nickname was?
Contraction of the word gigolo.
Ah, Jiggy, huh?
Because the girls liked me, and I wasn't really a lover. It was that kind of thing. I never had any money to do anything, take anybody out.
Well, good-looking guy, dark hair, nice olive skin, and bright greenish blue eyes, and
Always nice to girls. And women, older people.
No other nicknames that came along, or you were a sergeant for a long time.
Yeah.
Sarge, I'm sure, held up for a long time, and you retired as a captain.
Yeah.
And still getting those checks from the Army today.
Not very much.
We like those.
What about
So
music
I-
or entertainers?
Yeah, how about music and things of your time that you remember? How about entertainers?
Entertainers?
Uh-huh.
Well, I remember people like Eddie Cantor and Cab Calloway.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there used to be all-girl orchestras. They used to go around from theater to theater. Theater always had, they had a movie, then they have a stage show, then they have another movie. And
All for the price of admission.
yeah,
Which was, how much did it cost to see all that?
something like 35 cents.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But this was after I started work.
Uh-huh.
I remember this friend of mine, Bill Riley, and I used to go to Philadelphia sometimes to see stage shows, which he usually paid for because he had more money than I ever did. And I used to go to concerts whenever I could, free concerts, whether they're vocal or whether they're instrumentals.
Where did you take your wife on dates? Before she was your wife, when you were courting her, when did?
A pity. Well, I took her to the movies a couple of times, and she never especially liked to go to movies.
Uh-huh.
And they go visit people that we knew.
Mm-hmm.